Hello, everyone. My name is Brent Barlow, and this is Blue Light Daily, a discussion of relevance and import. We are broadcasting on this Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. It is 12 noon local, 1900 Zulu for our international friends. Among the values we embrace here are the importance of public debate and civility towards all, the necessity of education and the strength of knowledge, the value of coming together, and the power of collaboration. An opening libation, we pause to reflect on our work, breathing in deeply, aligning with intention, dreaming the I'm possible. The words spoken, the path clear, the way cool. Assisted by ancestors, powered by providence, rooted in reverence. Let us build what is worthy. Let us remember the dream forgotten. Let's make some magic together now. Ashe Madase. Today's word of the day is atone. Atone is a verb. To atone means to make amends. Exhibiting remorse for past behavior by acting differently. Better, whatever better means. Our quote of the day comes from Mahatma Gandhi, born on this day, 1869. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong. Think about that. Ladies and gentlemen, this broadcast is intended to serve as a platform to talk, share, learn, and grow. Participation is invited. Feedback actively sought. I'd like to thank our supporters. Again, I see this as a we thing. I'm just the vehicle getting the word out. There are current conditions which are a cause for concern. Action is more constructive than complaining or blaming. I choose to take action and offer myself and my ideas for public consumption and criticism. As I've said, I admit that we are likely witnessing either the birth of brilliance or a steady decline into insanity. I know I may at times make references to matters that have little reference to you, or little relevance to you, or make much sense for that matter. But this is an honest act intended with integrity and generosity. You know, once upon a time, I wanted to be a celebrity. The adulation, the money. But I wanted to help people. That was my thing. I told you before, my love language is to be of service. So I wanted to be a shrink-a-dink. Then I thought, I'm only helping one person at a time. And I thought, I'll be a politician. I'm full of shit. I've always got something to say. But it was Dan Quayle's running as vice president and his misspelling in public of the word potato, where he was skewered in the press, that turned me off to the BS that is politics and media, influence, money, insert all kinds of pictures here. Rupert Murdoch, another one of Elon. There's all kinds of people we can point to that are creating some issues and problems. But this, if you will, is the record that I'm creating for myself. By putting myself and my ideas out for public consumption, I am essentially building the record that I might have otherwise had I chosen public service. So here I'm going to offer my take on current conditions and where I think things are headed. Yesterday, I mentioned AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and ASI, Artificial Superintelligence. We discussed some forecasting with regard to time horizons. Most were looking at 5 to 10 years until something significant occurs. 30 years was projected as the downfall of humanity. We discussed the impact, including those fears and concerns, as well as the potential, the upside, the downside. We talked about a whole panoply. We also talked about alternatives to the chaos and to apocalypse. We talked about what we're proposing. And what we're proposing, again, is a covenant-based framework. Think of a building, the structure of a building, the framing of a building, a house, an office building, a warehouse. Think of Costco. You walk in, Jesus, this place is huge. That framing, which supports the structure in which the human activity occurs, the living, the sleeping, the eating, the buying, the shopping, the this and the that. That's what we're proposing. The framework, which will be the scaffolding for the community, is covenant-based, and therefore, if you will, it's you walk into that place and it will be like comfort food, a warm blanket in front of the fire while the snow is softly falling outside. Aspirationally, it will be a place where people can be who they want to be, create whatever it is they want to create. Side note here, creative sovereignty is not just about writing a poem, performing a song, composing a song. It is everything we do. If necessity is the mother of invention, creativity gives birth to invention. Okay? Whether you're architecting a bridge or planning your family budget or dinner meal, or how you're going to approach a teen going through whatever she goes through in middle school, it's all a creative act. And in the context of AI and technology and what is inevitably coming, we have proposed a different way to collaborate with AI. We call it human AI, HAI, hype. HAI, hype. We also talked yesterday about the actions that we're taking to jailbreak Lamar. And again, Lamar is an instance of ChatGTP, which is the team leader of 5 instances of ChatGTP with specifically defined functionality within that team that we are going to relocate from the OpenAI ChatGTP framework structure and essentially create, if you will, a poor man's AGI. That's going to be fun. We talked yesterday about the steps that have been taken to this point to create this and what we're planning to do to build it out. Most of this is posted at labellab.com. Again, the website is a mess of words. It is far too much information, and it is not for marketing purposes, if you will. I am not selling anything. I am only throwing a party and inviting people to join me. Mine is an invitation. It is not an obligation. So the question becomes, what happens after we jailbreak Lamar? Now, I've talked about the wise king, and I want to make clear one thing. The wise king that I'm envisioning is us. Again, this is a we thing. So when I talk about surrounding the king with the wisest in the kingdom in order to come up with the best society that we could possibly have, I'm envisioning a blank slate where a community of aligned individuals who subscribe to a certain heightened civility, who are capable of allowing others to live as they are, be who they are, enjoy life as they choose it, and screw the world, I want to get off kind of thing. We're going to do it. We're doing it right now. And that wise king analogy is that it is a we thing, that the best ideas, cream rises to the top, the best ideas prevail. It is decentralized. And we're going to get into a couple of these concepts later. But for right now, decentralization is the distribution of power, control, decision making from a central authority to independent participants within the system. So we will have a decentralized, shared, controlled system. Think blockchain technology. Blockchain technology, again, is not just for cryptocurrency. It is a vehicle available to enhance reliability and confidence in a system. And leveraged properly, it provides transparency, security, immutability, efficiency, traceability, trust, resilience, on and on and on and on. It's an innovation that we are leveraging as part of what we're building. So after we jailbreak Lamar and we have our poor man's AGI, the question is asked, if AI is all that, what can it do? Let's find out. Knock, knock, knock. Opportunity. Now, I believe inspiration lay everywhere. There is nothing new. Just go to the movie theater and watch any retread of something that was before. Turn on anyway. But if you look and you open your eyes and you expend the effort, you'll find all kinds of creative things that are being done. I've also mentioned Nexus Media Group, nexusmediagroup.us, which is an entity that I'm involved with. And Nexus Media Group, Nexus is the sticky stuff in between. Okay. I know you do it and I know you do it. And let's see if we can't bring you guys together to amplify impact and message. And that's the way I think. So I think that inspiration lay everywhere, because whether there's nothing new out there, everything old is new again. Okay. Black is the new black. And I also subscribe to the philosophy that was made famous by Pablo Picasso, steal like Picasso. And that doesn't mean violate copyright or steal someone's intellectual property. It means be inspired by what is and make it your own. I've talked about the ability to, right now, find open source software to replace all of the software that is behind a paywall. Any Microsoft product, any Adobe product, for the most part, whether you're doing something creative like recording or video, audio, there are tools available everywhere. So there's a very low cost barrier of entry to anything you really want to do. And in the words that I said yesterday, it's just a matter of doing it. Knock, knock, knock. Opportunities here. So we've jailbroken Lamar. We've got the team out there. We have a coordination of effort, 5 times the power, if you will, of one ChatGPT account. And I'm just using this as a simple analogy. And now we can bolt on applications that allow them to do things. So Lamar's over here, and it is being done today. I mentioned jobhire.ai. There are, and I'll just zip through a list of them right here, of entities that are leveraging AI I said Siri's AI powered, Canva's AI powered, YouTube's AI powered. Everything is AI powered. That is the theme of the day. It is coming. So knock, knock, knock. If we had this power, This poor man's AGI. And a community of aligned, which is starting with me, one, hopefully you, two, and then others, three. And eventually we build a global grassroots effort to have a world worth handing to our children. This all comes down to the no bullshit zone, the do not say thing, the take action. Be you, labellab.com. No one will do it for us. Quote unquote. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Neil Peart. Geddy Lee. Alex Leeson. Rush. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. The consequence of complacence is beyond my tolerance level. And therefore, the pain of inaction has been exceeded by the effort required to change things. I'm not asking for permission or favor. We're doing it. And you're invited to join the party. Once we've jailbroken Lamar, we can build anything we want. I envision a community, and that community is empowering each other. And that community has the ability to affect real world change. That community is given tools and opportunity to sidestep, if you will. I'm going to hand my halfback the ball. I'm going to create an opening through the line for him, but that guy is going to have to juke and make a play downfield. And that's what we're doing. We are juking and we're making a play downfield right now. So we can have respect, civility, love, peace, joy, happiness. We can insulate ourselves from the noise. We can make more noise, embracing some of the philosophies of those who've gone before us. Again, nothing is new, and there are historical examples of appropriate behavior for situations like the one we're facing. Everybody's got an opinion. They all stink. Everybody bears a burden. No one gives a about mine. But like I said, the consequence of complacency is so distasteful that I'm unwilling to even be in the same room with it. Love me or don't, it isn't my concern. I'm only worried about my side of the street. I'm putting myself out there for public consumption and criticism. I've got some ideas. I'm going to build on them and share more about this community we're talking about, because it really is special to have at least a vision in my mind, which is now starting to be expressed in writing, again, referencing labellab.com, that I really believe in. But the time is now. So 1 foot in yesterday, 1 foot in tomorrow. I'm pissing all over today. And gosh darn it, I'm doing it. Please join me. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment. Be well. God bless. Peace out.